So every single day, billions of dollars quietly enter the global economy. Not through dramatic announcements, not through flashing screens or breaking news alerts, and not through a single button press. They are created through one of the most tightly controlled industrial processes on Earth. A process built on precision, secrecy, engineering, and absolute trust. Money is something we all use, but almost no one truly understands where it comes from. We earn it, we spend it, we save it, we fight over it. Yet the journey of a dollar begins far away from banks, far away from cities, and far away from the places where it eventually changes lives. This is the complete story of how billions of US dollars are made step by step from raw materials to circulation. The process does not begin with ink. It does not begin with printing, and it certainly does not begin with finished money. It begins with materials. US dollars are not made from ordinary paper. Unlike books, newspapers, or receipts, US currency is produced from a highly specialized blend of materials designed to last, resist damage, and remain secure for years. The foundation of every dollar is a fabric-like material made primarily from cotton, combined with linen fibers. This blend creates strength, flexibility, and a unique texture that people instantly recognize when they touch real money. These materials are not sourced from open markets. They come from a closed and highly regulated supply chain. Only approved producers, operating under strict government contracts, are allowed to supply the raw fibers that will eventually become dollars. Cotton is harvested, cleaned, and processed until only the strongest fibers remain. Weak fibers are removed. Contaminants are eliminated. Every batch is tested for consistency. Linen fibers are prepared separately to add durability and structure. Together, these materials form the physical backbone of US currency. At this stage, there is nothing that looks like money. No symbols, no portraits, no value, just raw fibers prepared for transformation. The next step is pulping. The cotton and linen fibers are broken down and mixed into a precise pulp. This process is tightly controlled. The thickness, density, and composition of the pulp are classified. Even small deviations can weaken security or durability. The pulp is spread into large sheets and pressed under controlled pressure and temperature. Moisture levels are carefully monitored. Too much moisture weakens the structure. Too little causes brittleness. Unlike ordinary paper, this material is engineered to respond in predictable ways. Tears differently, folds differently. It reacts to water and heat in specific patterns. This behavior is intentional. If someone attempts to replicate it using standard paper, the difference becomes immediately obvious. Before the sheets are fully dried, critical security features are embedded directly into the material itself. Security threads are woven into the paper during formation, not added later. These threads may appear as thin lines when held to the light, but they are deeply integrated into the structure. Colored microfibers are randomly dispersed throughout each sheet. Their placement cannot be predicted or duplicated. Some fibers are visible to the naked eye. Others are detectable only by machines. Additional markers are included that respond to ultraviolet light, infrared scanners, and magnetic sensors. These invisible features allow banks and verification systems to authenticate currency instantly. Most people never notice them, but they are constantly being checked. At this stage, the material begins to resemble currency paper. It has weight, texture, identity, but it still has no face. Printing is where the transformation accelerates. The printing process occurs in multiple stages, each using different machines, inks, and techniques. These stages are separated intentionally. No single step reveals the full design. The first stage applies background colors and patterns. These designs may appear subtle, but they are among the most sophisticated elements of the dollar. Fine lines, geometric patterns, and layered colors are printed in ways that confuse scanners and defeat digital reproduction. When copied, these patterns break apart, blur, or distort. This is not art. This is engineering. The machines operate at controlled speeds. Too fast increases error rates. Too slow reduces consistency. Every sheet is tracked throughout the process. If one defect is detected, the entire batch is investigated. The next stage is intaglio printing, one of the most important steps in creating US dollar. Heavy steel plates engraved with extreme precision press ink deep into the paper under immense pressure. This creates raised textures that can be felt by touch. Portraits, borders, numbers, lettering. The ink used here is proprietary. Its chemical composition, thickness, and drying behavior are closely guarded secrets. The combination of ink and pressure creates a texture that is nearly impossible to replicate without specialized equipment. This tactile feature allows people to authenticate currency simply by feel. At this point, the dollar begins to look real. But the process is far from finished. After each printing stage, the sheets undergo inspection. Advanced machines scan every detail at high resolution. Alignment, color accuracy, and feature placement are checked. Human inspectors are also involved. Trained specialists examine sheets for flaws machines might miss. Misaligned prints, smudges, irregular textures. Any imperfect sheet is removed and destroyed. It is not recycled. It is not reused. It is permanently eliminated. Next comes the application of serial numbers. Each bill receives a unique serial number that is never repeated. These numbers allow tracking, auditing, and forensic analysis. They can identify when and where a bill was produced. This step turns currency from a product into a traceable instrument. Every serial number is recorded. Every sequence is logged. Once numbering is complete, additional symbols and identifiers are added. Treasury seals, Federal Reserve markings, year identifiers. Each element serves a purpose. Nothing is decorative without reason. The printed sheets are then cut into individual bills using high-precision cutting machines. Edges must be clean. Dimensions must be exact. Weight is checked. Thickness is verified. Texture is tested. Only bills that meet every specification move forward. At this stage, the money is complete, but it is not yet active. Finished bills are counted, stacked, and bundled into precise quantities. These bundles are wrapped, sealed, and labeled. Every bundle is tracked. Every package is logged. Every movement is recorded. Security increases dramatically. The currency is stored in secure vaults under constant surveillance. Access is restricted. Movement requires authorization. Transportation is coordinated with armed security. From production facilities, the bills are transported to Federal Reserve banks across the country. This is where money enters the financial system. Federal Reserve banks distribute currency to commercial banks based on demand. When banks need more cash, they place orders. When old or damaged bills are returned, they are removed from circulation. Old bills do not stay forever. Worn, torn, or damaged currency is shredded and destroyed under strict supervision. This ensures that only high-quality bills remain in use. New bills quietly replace them. There is no ceremony. No annoncement. Just circulation. From here, dollars flow outward, to ATMs, to businesses, to payroll systems, to everyday transactions. Eventually, they reach people. Cashier hands change. Paycheck is withdrawn. A bill is folded into a wallet. At that moment, the dollar becomes ordinary again. Yet behind every single bill is an extraordinary system, a system designed to maintain trust at a global scale. Because money is not valuable because of paper or ink. It is valuable because people believe in it. And that belief is protected by engineering, security, and control at every level. Billions of dollars are not created casually. They are manufactured with intention. Now that you understand how they are made, you are seeing something most people never think about. The next time you hold a dollar, remember this journey. From raw fibers to secure facilities to global circulation. This is how billions of dollars are made. If you made it this far, you're already seeing the world differently. Most people never question where everyday things come from. They just consume, spend, and move on. But this channel is for those who want to understand what really happens behind closed doors, inside factories, systems, and processes that shape our lives. If this kind of content made you stop, think, or see something new, subscribe now. New full-process documentaries are coming, deeper, bigger, and more revealing. Stay curious, stay informed, and don't miss what's next.